Hello everyone, welcome to a tropical weather checkup for August 20th. Today we're going to be looking at a plethora of storms. We have two tropical depressions in the Atlantic and Hurricane Genevieve out in the Pacific. Enjoy this video. And right now what you're seeing is the radar imagery of Tropical Depression 13. They're thinking this storm could hit Florida as a hurricane. Now looking at the cloud fall, you can see it's actually a much smaller storm than you would expect. Let's go look at the water temperatures. As you can see, very warm ahead for this storm, and that's why they're going to be expecting the slow strengthening of the storm all the way up until it could make landfall on the U.S. East Coast. Now looking at past 24-hour precipitation, you can see the yellows and reds right in that area. That's where the storm has passed by. Now going over to wind speed, you can see that dark blue area. That is where the storm is currently moving. Now looking at the storm's intensity, 35 mile per hour winds, 1,008 millibars, and moving west-northwest at 21 miles per hour. They're expecting it to become a tropical storm very soon, most likely today. If not today, tomorrow. Then they're expecting a slow strengthening all the way up until it will make landfall in the Bahamas and then possibly on Florida as a Category 1 hurricane. And here's the cone. As you can see, there are some tropical storm watches in those northern islands of the Caribbean. Here's the chance of tropical storm force winds. You can see on the Floridian coast, 15% chance, already almost the 20%, and there are most of the models, the majority of the models, taking it in to the Bahamas and Florida. Now taking a look at Tropical Depression 14, which is the other storm in the Atlantic, as you can see by the radar imagery. A much bigger storm, but also less organized. And looking at the cloud fall, much bigger storm than Tropical Depression 13. It's a very large storm compared to 13. Water temperatures, again, are not going to be a problem for the storm. Very warm waters. A big problem for the storm could be land interaction, and they're expecting it to be very close to land until it moves into the Gulf of Mexico. Past 24-hour precipitation, you can see much less rain than where Tropical Depression 13 is currently at. This storm has not unleashed as much rain, and now looking at wind speed, you can see that dark blue spot. Jamaica already getting affected by this storm's passing. Now checking out the storm's intensity, 35 mile per hour winds, 1,007 millibars, and moving west at 21 miles per hour. They're expecting the storm to come very close to the Honduran coast and then make a sudden turn towards the northwest and hit the Yucatan Peninsula. Possibly Belize could get affected as well by the storm. It will then weaken after hitting the Yucatan and then move into the Gulf, where it could affect Texas and Louisiana. And now looking at the cone, you can see there are some tropical storm watches on the Honduran coast, most of the Honduran coast at least. And here's the chance of tropical storm force winds. You can see that orange area, Mexico, Honduras are in that area, and already on Texas and Louisiana, 10%. Most of the models are taking it into the Gulf of Mexico. A couple are killing it off, but it will most likely go into the Gulf. And now looking at our final storm, Hurricane Genevieve, it has weakened a lot since its initial peak, but is still currently a Category 1 and affecting Baja California. Here's the cloud fall of the storm, and you can really see that eye is not looking as good as it was earlier. Earlier, the storm looked very good, and here's why it is weakening. Look at the water temperatures, not the warmest. Luckily, as we go out through the day, the water temperatures will start to warm, which will keep the storm alive for a little longer, but not that much, because once it becomes night, the water temperatures will start to cool down again and the storm will weaken. Here's the past 24-hour precipitation. You can see that white area, which is 5 inches or more of rain. Now looking at wind speeds, you can see that purple area Definitely, you can see that Baja California is getting affected by this storm. La Paz is definitely a city that has gotten affected a lot. And now let's check out the intensity of the storm. 75-mile-per-hour winds, currently a Category 1, 984 millibars of pressure, and moving northwest at 12 miles per hour. Now, most models are expecting it to weaken down as it moves out into the open ocean. It will become post-tropical and most likely fade away harmlessly. And now looking at the cone, you can see tropical storm warnings all along the coast of Baja California, some tropical storm watches on the east side of Baja California. Here are the tropical storm force wind chances. As you can see, 100% they're already happening on parts of the Baja California coast. And now finally looking at the models, some models taking this up into California, but by the time it would hit California, it would be a very weakened storm. And we're just going to take a final look at the two tropical depressions in the Atlantic. These both could hit the U.S. at around the same time, which could possibly be devastating if they are both major hurricanes. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more content like this, please subscribe and comment. Here's a last look at Hurricane Genevieve, as you can see it affecting the Baja California coast. Thank you, stay safe, bye.